Hello and welcome back to my craft room. It is time for another T.A.T challenge. T.A.T is Thing Awaiting Transformation. This is where my friend Johnny of Just Johnny Creations and I send each other a bit of old tat we found in a local charity shop and challenge each other to use our supplies and our imaginations on what is going on here. I think I've got ghosts and turn it into something fabulous, hopefully. So I've seen that Johnny has just put up his video showing what he did with the doll that I sent him. I sent him a musical kind of collectible doll. It was Miss Jamaica, I believe, and he's renamed her Creep and turned her into something completely different. I will link to his video in the description box so you can check that out. Last time, the box he sent me last time had this is my challenge this time. The camera's not going to like it. It's like a plastic nightlight. The light part is broken. There's some marks and stuff on it. I think it's meant to be a unicorn, and would make quite a pretty kid's nightlight, I guess, but it's not working. So first thing I'm going to do is just see if I can have a look at the workings inside and see if it is possible to fix it and have it working as a nightlight. And then I had a few different ideas I thought about. Let me take you to the desk to show you what I'm talking about. You can see it's got some marks and stuff on it. Those will probably clean off. It just looks like pencil, actually. It's in pretty good nick, apart from the fact that there's no switch here anymore. The switch is broken. You can't get to it. I did think of cutting the top off, turning it into a little trinket box or something, extending it, using the head of it to turn into something else. Tom had what I thought was a great idea, which was just to doodle on it, because it's quite a nice matte surface. And I reckon if I pick the right marker, kind of permanent marker, like a Sharpie would probably do it, I could doodle on it, definitely. But I don't think I'm confident enough with my doodling skills yet to do this straight onto it, and I'm not sure that if I penciled it on first would it rub out okay. I don't know. That was definitely the route I was going for a while. Then it occurred to me, I think the train of thought was that I could doodle onto tissue paper and apply that to it. And then that got me to thinking, I've got this gorgeous piece of tissue that I've been hoarding from some Happy Mail that I was sent. And I could just decoupage it with this and using Mod Podge and make it look like blue and white china. Then I took that a step further and thought, well, what about making it look like it's broken blue and white china and it's been repaired with that beautiful Japanese method, which is called, I'm going to say it wrong probably, but it looks like kintsugi, where you get the beautiful gold lines, gold filling in the cracks where the china was broken and has been mended, like a beautiful visible mend. I thought that could look really pretty against this blue and white, so that's the way I'm going. As it turned out, Kim, I think it was Kim, in the comments suggested decoupage and then said, I expect you'll think of something much better. And actually, that's where I've come back to. I think decoupaging it is a brilliant idea. I think this kind of sort of almost matte surface will take it really well. So that is the way I'm going, and I've got my little tiny miniature screwdrivers here to take the bottom apart first to see if that can be mended, because this will be quite light. The light will still shine through it if I can mend it. And then I've also got my needle files. So I use these a lot for miniatures, which I think I can, well, I'm hoping that this will be amenable to kind of making a faux crack in it that I can later on fill with gold paint or ink or something. So that is my plan. I'm going in, and then at the end of the video we'll find out how this went, and I'll open the next one in the lucky dip that Johnny sent me. He sent me 3 months worth all at once and said you're only allowed to open one at a time, so I've pulled out this one. His wrapping skills were about as good as mine, i.e. pretty dire. But we don't believe in wasting packaging, we recycle, so that's good. So can't tell by feeling it what on earth this is, so at the end of the video we'll see what we've got in store for next time as well. So I think first thing, I'm going to put this beautiful paper out the way for a minute. So the only other thing I'm thinking I'm going to use is a brush from a Mod Podge. I've got the Mod Podge over there ready. I've got a little bowl, I might put some of it into the little bowl. I've got my big paintbrush and some water. I'm not going to need much else, hopefully. So let's get inside first of all and have a look and see if this is mendable. be a bit careful of the batteries here because they might be corroded. Yeah, there's no sign of any corrosion or anything, which is quite surprising really. So what I was hoping was I'd be able to now take this piece out and sort out that broken switch. It's a bit of a battle to get this out. Oh. Even if I can't get it back in and working, at least the slightly potentially dodgy part of with the batteries in is not going to be a problem anymore. It looks like some wires come loose there as well. Yeah, that wire should be soldered onto there. Probably got new workings I could put inside there. What I might do is see if Tom can help me to put a new workings in there. We might be able to sort that out. So I'm going to keep those bits to one side, but if not, it will just become a pointless but pretty thing. I think I'm going to try making the kind of broken lines in this before I start putting the tissue on. These are so handy, all the different shapes. They're really good for getting inside awkward spaces where you need to file a bit of shape away. I'm looking for the sort of triangular one. Yeah, I think this might just do what I want. Oh yeah, it's making quite a good mark quite easily actually. Yeah, I want quite a deep line that I can press the paper into and then fill with the gold. That's what I'm thinking. Well, I couldn't manage to kind of make these lines kind of as deep as I had hoped I could go with them, so I could just drop paint into the cracks. So I'm hoping I can still make this work. So the next stage is to start sticking the tissue on with Mod Podge. I'm trying to be as frugal as I can with this tissue because I haven't got much of it. I'll just dip my brush in water first. I always do that before I start with acrylic paint or this kind of stuff because I just think it makes the clean up of the brush easier afterwards. Put a little layer on there. Tear off some of the tissue. And apply it on there, and hope I can still see afterwards where I've made those, the beginnings of the cracks. I think it's going to look pretty. And hopefully as it's tissue it will mould itself quite easily over all the lumpy shapes, all these wibbly shapes, but I might have to tear it into smaller pieces for that, of course. But yeah, it's going to have to go into quite smaller pieces to go over these awkward shapes. So let's do a little bit of that now. Let's just start. Well, I don't really want to cover up the butterfly because I love the butterfly. It seems to help to just put a little layer of the Mod Podge on the plastic first and then more over the top afterwards. It just softens the tissue enough to go over those awkward shapes as well. This is going to be one of my quicker transformations, I feel. Well, I meant to show you some of the ones that I've done already in case you've not seen them. Hang on. Yeah, that's going pretty well. I'm just a bit concerned that I'm not going to at all see where the cracks are that I just took all that time making, but never mind. Yeah, so here's some of the things I made before. This was a pair of socks, or this is a little sock creature made from a pair of socks that Johnny got in the charity shop. This was a boomerang, which I turned into a boomerang fish that I can hang up. I still need to put a hook in the top to hang it up by actually. And then this was a hideous souvenir plate plaque thing which I turned into a little miniature craft room. I still need to put the hook on the back so I can hang it up. Dying to see what's in that mystery pick and mix package there as well. I will carry on doing this and then I will be back. Okay, I've finished covering this with the blue and white tissue. I really like the look of that. It does need to be shinier, but that will be a later stage. And I've got some of this. I wasn't sure what to use. My gold pens seem to have run out and that isn't very helpful. I'm hoping I can use this Winsor & Newton gold ink. I've never tried using it on a surface like this before. I've just done the beginnings of a line there following those lines I scratched in earlier on. And it looks like I think it's going to be okay. So I need to give it another stir now. It all settles to the bottom really quickly, this stuff. I found the finest brush I could. I'm now just going to start trying to follow along those lines that I scratched earlier, but it's going to be fiddly work. So I thought I'll do a little bit of it up under the camera if I can, but I think then I'm going to have to do it off camera and get it under my nose. I might need to end up doing a couple of coats to make this kind of gold enough. I thought I had some kind of permanent markers in gold which I thought would work better on this, but I can't find them. I'm wondering if maybe last time I went through all my pens and threw out the ones that weren't working anymore. They might have bitten the dust. Don't know how successful it's going to be. Actually, not bad, not bad. Okay, I really, I think need to get it up under my nose. Doing it at arm's length to go under the camera isn't the easiest thing. I'm wondering if I need an even thinner brush actually. Sometimes they fill in quite big chunks. Like, I could make this all one piece. I think that's going to look okay, especially once I've added the really shiny varnish over the top to make it look more like china. Yeah, I'm glad I started on the back first, not front though. Okay, so I'm going to carry on, get this up under my nose, and I'll come back in a second and show you how that went. Triple thick, brilliant brush on gloss glaze. I'm giving it a lovely shine and it will look more china-ish. I've done too much. I've done too much gold on the face, look, haven't I? Way too much. But I don't think there's a lot I can do about it now. I did wonder about seeing if I can use a white pen to do some white on the edges. So on the edges of the pieces, because it's only on the face that I've gone too far. It's alright on the back and that bit's alright. It's just, yeah, hey ho, never mind. So I might try, yeah, perhaps a white acrylic paint pen just around the edges here to make those gold lines a little bit finer. Let's see if I can find one quickly. Because when china breaks, you do get those kind of white edges, don't you, sometimes? So I'm thinking where that one is there in the middle. Well, I think it's as done as it's gonna get. I kind of wish now I'd just simply decoupaged it with the tissue and left it blue and white, because I don't think the gold thing has really worked very well. At one point I was just going to do a crazing of gold all over it and be done with, but I just decided to quit while I'm even slightly ahead. I love the effect that I'm getting from this triple thick stuff, and I think I could even do another coat and make it even look more like china, but I thought no, I'll just, yeah, I'm going to stop now. It's certainly a transformation, I'll give it that. It hasn't come out how it looked in my head. I might decide to work on it a bit more and see if I can do a bit of a better job of it, but that is it for the time being. It's certainly different. It kind of looks from here as if it could be made of china rather than plastic if I hadn't have done the gold thing. I think maybe if I'd have had the gold pens I thought I had, I could have done a neater job of the gold. I think maybe that's what it is. It's just not a very neat job of it. So yeah, anyway, it was an interesting experiment. I certainly love the way that the tissue decoupaged over that plastic and the finish that you get with that triple thick stuff. So I've learnt that it wasn't a waste of time. Last thing to do though is to open up this parcel and see what's in store for me for next time. Intriguing. It's like a really fancy toilet roll holder. No, what is it? There's something inside as well. What on earth is that? And what on earth am I going to do with it? Let's see what's this inside. Oh, so these obviously fit inside like that, do they? I don't know. I'm absolutely stumped at the moment. Has anybody got any really good ideas? One thing I could consider is just not using all of it. You know, these could be one thing, this could be something else. And I can't for the life of me now remember which thing I sent for Johnny to be doing this month. I hope it was something really difficult. Anyway, so thanks very much for watching me transform this little unicorn guy. It was certainly fun trying. I've had a fun afternoon, and I hope you've enjoyed watching along. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I'll see you again really soon. Bye. Oh, and thanks Johnny. Don't forget, I'll leave links to Johnny's channel below so you can find out what he did with the beautiful doll that I sent him. Okay, just came back to show you I did manage to take off that gold paint, re-decoupaged. I've still got a re-varnish there, but I just much prefer that without the gold. The gold was a mistake, so yeah, I'll get a couple more coats of the shiny stuff on, and then that'll just look like it's made of blue and white china, I think. And I will see if Tom can help me to work out how to put a light back in, because I think that would look really pretty. So there we go. Yeah, I just thought I'd come back and show you what I've done. Oh, I just realised, just by sheer coincidence, it looks like I've given them a smiley mouth. That's part of a stem of a plant there. Oh, stroke of luck. Okay, I'm really going now.